Hello friends, we already studied some properties, traits in physical property. Now the next property is catalytic property. This is a very important property for transition element because transition element and their compound are used as a catalyst. In catalytic process, there are two types of catalysis: homogeneous and second is heterogeneous. For homogeneous catalysis, the transition element or the compound reacts with reactant to form intermediate compound. Intermediate compound which are very unstable, high energy, so decomposes to form product and regenerate original catalyst. Here, example of homogeneous catalysis: KClO3, the reactant, reacts with MnO2 to form intermediate product, and after decomposition, they form oxygen and MnO2 catalyst regenerate. Now for heterogeneous catalysis, here there is no reaction, but at which catalyst have large surface area. So most of the molecule adsorb on the surface of molecule. So reactant molecule come closer to each other, then react easily. So ranitidine, example of ranitidine is catalyst which adsorb ethane, and after that we form ethane, and ranitidine surface area, there is no action on that catalyst. So this is the special property of catalysis, catalytic property. The next point is formation of interstitial compound. This property is special for transition element and their compound because these interstitial compounds are prepared by special treatment. By treatment of some element like small size, for example carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, etc., which are small atomic size, which are trapped inside the metal crystal lattice. Metal crystal lattice and form compound are called as interstitial compound. Why interstitial compound? Because the metal trapped element in interstitial position of their lattice crystal lattice. So termed as interstitial compound. These compounds are non-stoichiometric. Stoichiometric means the compound have like TiC, that is 1:1. One atom of Ti, one atom of carbon. But usually these compounds are non-stoichiometric. Not always non-stoichiometric, but in some cases they are non-stoichiometric because with the formula of VH 0.56, the ratio is 1:0.56. So due to this composition, they are termed as interstitial compound. These compounds are not perfectly ionic as well as covalent in nature. So these compounds are very different from other compounds. The compound have normal oxidation state of metal. There is no change in oxidation state. Okay. So now the next is some properties, principal properties of interstitial compound, properties of physical and chemical. So one by one we mentioned there. They have high melting point than original metal, but they have thermal and electrically good conductor, but their conductivity remains same thermally and electrically. Their densities are less than pure metal. They also form chemically inert compound. Chemically inert compound and extremely hard. Like stainless steel, the compound of iron and carbon. Transition metal are used as powerful reducing agent. Powerful reducing agent. So like that interstitial compound are used as powerful reducing agent. These are the hydrides. The last point is formation of alloys. Alloy means homogeneous solid solution. Homogeneous solid solution in which atom of one element randomly distributed in other element. Atom of other element. Atoms of one element randomly distributed in atoms of other element of solid. So this is called as alloy. So alloy are very hard and having high melting point. Alloy is a mixture of metals or metal with non-metal. But for metals, the atomic radii are near about same, within 15%. Within 15%, they are similar to each other. So the properties can be mixed to each other. Now next is types of alloy. Alloy types. The first is ferrous alloy and the second is non-ferrous alloys. So there are two types, can be differentiated from word ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous means iron. So ferrous alloy means atom of other element randomly distributed in iron. Here important is randomly distributed in iron means atoms of one other element means other than iron randomly distributed in iron. This is called as ferrous alloy. And for non-ferrous alloy, the mixture of metals but other than iron. Because they are non-ferrous alloy. Non-ferrous means they have no iron. Okay. Now the examples of ferrous alloy and non-ferrous alloy. Ferrous alloy means, for example, steel, like stainless steel. So here iron is present. And for non-ferrous, for example, brass. with the composition of copper and zinc. Here no iron, but here iron is present. So this term as ferrous alloy, this term as non-ferrous alloy. Okay. Now the next is uses of alloy, in which some alloy with their composition and uses. The first is bronze with the composition of copper and tin, which is also termed as non-ferrous alloy, and they are used in making statues, bronze statues and medals, bronze medals like. Second is cupra nickel. Composition is copper and nickel because from name, copper and nickel, and used in machinery part in marine ship. Next is stainless steel. Composition iron, chromium, manganese. This is important. Chromium and manganese are randomly distributed in iron. So this is termed as ferrous alloy, used in construction of high-speed aircraft. Now for nichrome, from name nickel and chromium. Nickel and chromium used in gas turbine engines. Gas turbine engine. Okay. So these are the uses, some uses of alloy, and the point is covered. Now all properties of trends in physical properties are completed. If you have any doubt, so please contact with WhatsApp chat to solve doubt.